So, you'll stabilize while you're in there, but if you take the oxygen that you get from like the oxygen-rich plants, you can add to your life support.
Oxygen
So
rich
you,
plants.
yeah, so which will give you oxygen, and then you bring up your exosuit, go to life support, click to charge it. Mine's currently full.
Oh, hold on, I screwed up somewhere here. Okay, that's the exosuit. Oxygen, where is it? Hydrogen. Oh, I have ferrite dust. Where'd that come from? Did I have that the whole time?
Ferrite dust? Oh yeah, you probably collected some from the rocks and you didn't use all of it to create the one thing. So
What do I do with it?
you need to first create a what the fuck do they call it? A portable refiner.
How the hell do you create a portable refiner?
Hit the up arrow, and it'll show you all the things that are deployable technology that you can currently craft. Keep in mind there will be more things that you can learn.
Oh, portable refiner. There we go.
And when you mouse over it, it'll tell you what's necessary in order to make it.
I have everything I need. I just have to make it.
Beauty. Now, portable refiners require fuel.
Is that why it's turning green? Now
Yeah.
it's
So,
green.
well, no, it's turning green based off of where you place it. So, certain things might be in the way, such as me.
Yeah, you just walked over my portable refiner.
Well, if you just place it down, there you go. And then within the portable refiner,
Fuel supply.
yeah. So fuel is, I believe it can use oxygen, but it can use carbon. It's better to use carbon or dense carbon, just because carbon and dense carbon are more plentiful than oxygen is, and oxygen is basically necessary for the life support system.
Okay.
Until you get like certain upgrades. Like I didn't realize apparently I have an upgrade that gives my life support solar panels. So it provides its own power, and I have apparently 2 of them that are doing that. So my life support's not running out. I don't remember doing that, but sure, I'll go along with it. My hazard protection's not that though. So yeah, you put in the ferrite dust. I believe it's a 2-for-1 ratio with the ferrite dust.
Yeah, there's the ferrite dust. I put that in.
Then you put it in the associated.
It's in the input.
Yep. And then you just need to let it run. As long as you put fuel in there, it should run.
It has fuel supply. It says so. How do I run it?
Let's see, to run it.
It says to activate, hit square, but square doesn't do anything.
So let's see, put the fuel supply. So hold down square.
Do I need to get out of the zoomed in view of the portable refiner?
No, it's while you're in the.
Then I'm doing something wrong, because the output is red. Maybe I need to
then you are potentially missing something. What do you have listed as your fuel supply? Did you put something in the fuel supply?
Fuel inverter.
Yeah, so then you click on that and you put something in there, right? Which would be either carbon or condensed carbon. Do you have carbon?
Oh yeah, okay, there we go. I see. It's working now. I see why it wasn't working. I didn't take the thing out of the output.
Ah, okay.
Condensed carbon gives charges. Press to learn. Don't care. Now, what do I do with the pure ferrite that just got created?
All right, so you collect
put it in my starship, right?
Well, yeah, you can put it in your starship or your inventory, and then the next step would be whatever you're needing for that next step of thing that you need to repair.
It says condensed carbon gives you a charge that regular carbon. Find condensed carbon crystals, process it, refiner, press middle button to learn more.
So it wants you to take condensed carbon and turn into carbon.
Of course it does.
So it's actually easy enough. So condensed carbon. Let's see if we see any nearby. Condensed carbon. So O2. There's one of my quests because apparently it's decided to make it available. I'm not seeing condensed carbon, but there might be some nearby somewhere.
Here's condensed carbon. There's condensed carbon. That is the input.
Oh,
okay, I think I found it. Now begin.
We've got some
what am I
plants
supposed
here.
to? Condensed. Where do I put the condensed carbon? In the starship, I assume.
Wait. So you have condensed carbon. Well, first off.
Oh, I just made carbon actually.
Yeah, because if you process condensed carbon, it turns into carbon, and if you process carbon, it turns into condensed carbon.
Let me put that in the input and have it condense. No, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
It's just a little bit of a learning curve. That's all.
I think this is how you make it. Okay, now I made condensed carbon.
Okay. How much condensed carbon does it need you to make?
I must have made enough because it went on to the next thing.
Okay.
It says, Starship repair launch thrusters. Find dehydrogen. Use dehydrogen to create dehydrogen jelly. I don't have enough dehydrogen. I have 29 of 40.
Well, I mean, there's some nearby. I see an H for yeah, right up here. So right up this hill, there's a bunch of crystals. That's dihydrogen. Blue crystals are dihydrogen, red crystals are carbon. Specifically in the case of red crystals, it can be either carbon or dense carbon. Larger crystals tend to be dense carbon. If you run out of energy in your miner, carbon can be used.
Looks like I unlocked something. I don't know what. Weapon charge depleted. It evidently needs some charging. Recharge in inventory. Well, how do I recharge it?
So to recharge it. Yep. And then you hit to go to center, you go to multi-tool, you go to the mining laser, you hit charge, and then you can provide it carbon. Mining beams can take carbon, condensed carbon, and phosphorus.
Alright, I got enough now.
Beauty. Go make your dihydrogen jelly. By the way, it does not require you to... that is a thing you can craft without using your refiner.
Oh yeah,
that is just a craftable thing.
Use X to craft an inventory slot.
Yep. And my hazard protection is getting real low, so I gotta hop back in my ship to let it recharge.
Open inventory slots. The problem I have is I don't know where to go to find this shit. Dust.
It'll usually give you a marker.
Dehydrogen. There we go. Grease the launch thruster with dehydrogen.
Yep, so that is just bringing up the Starship menu, going to your launch thruster and adding the dihydrogen to the launch thruster. It's part of the repair.
Repair launch thrusters. Continue. Repair launch thrusters. Access the inventory by using the item. All systems functional. Pick up the portable refiner.
That's just holding down R3. If you have any fuel left, it will add it to your inventory.
My ship is ready.
All right, hop in.
All systems functional. Press R2 to take off. Oh.
You have to hold it, but yeah.
What am I doing? I am flying. Oh wow, you turn the thing, it moves the Seek answers among stars. Am I supposed to fly into the stars?
Well, it's fly off the planet.
Oh.
Once you get out of the atmosphere, it will trigger you getting a signal from somebody. And then you bring up a menu to answer that signal and learn more, essentially.
I don't know where I'm flying to.
It doesn't have to be to anywhere, you just fly straight up.
Oh, there you are.
I'm space mining.
You just keep holding R2 until you fly out of the atmosphere?
Oh no, you just well, one sec. Sorry. What did I do?
Leaving the system.
No, I don't want to. Why I didn't. Thank you. There we go.
Test flight
the
controls.
wrong.
By
The
using
wrong
R2.
button. It's basically R2. You can also circle is a boost. So you can use circle to give yourself a little bit of a boost. And holding down R1 and R2 engages your pulse drive, which is your significantly faster drive. But you have like zero maneuverability. But it's ideal for when you're wanting to go from like one planet to another. Because even using just your circle booster, you will have long ass times otherwise to get there. Like you can have flight times of, if you're not using your pulse drive, of like a day of flight, and that's like real world time.
The broadcast ends strangely to begin the final piece of the signal that appears in a set of planetary coordinates.
Which should be another planet in this solar system. And you should have a waypoint on your screen.
I might have, but I just hyperspace thing.
So I see. You can hit you can hit both of them again and that'll stop you. And then you can turn in the direction of where you're supposed to go, and then then use the same ability.
Is this where I'm supposed to go? This planet in front of me? It's just 2
Right.
weeks.
If you do regular flight. That's where the pulse drive comes in.
Oh, the R2 or this thing.
Yep. And while you're traveling in, you can press L3 and it'll scan and it'll tell you some of the more common things on the planet, such as this is a fiery planet, which means it's going to be heat will be a problem, and we might potentially have firestorms. One of the resources is selenium. Copper is an abundant resource, which is not surprising. Phosphorus, that's handy that there's phosphorus. In fact, I'm totally going to go hunting for some. And magnetized ferrite, which is the step above pure ferrite.
Well, the space flying is pretty cool.
Let's see. Can I actually get my? Can't summon the space anomaly. Wait, am I too in the atmosphere to do it? And that's the reason why it's not doing it. Yes. I can summon the space anomaly and I can summon my freighter. My frigate. My capital ship.
Too high to land.
Oh, now it's showing me your actual waypoints. Neat. Because you're still in your ship, right?
Yeah. It won't let me land. This isn't too high.
Yeah, you have to get fairly close to the ground.
It's taking forever to get there.
That's what circle's for. It's a booster.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was telling you before.
Apparently I listened so well.
That's alright. And I'm gonna land here. And it's in the middle of a firestorm? No, it's not. It looked like there was a material here and it was wrong. No, there totally is a firestorm going on. Might have to wait this out.
Like, well, that was a great landing I have here.
So if a major storm's going on, if you don't have something that helps sort of give you protection, if you're near your ship, just get in your ship. It will protect you from the hazard, and you can just sort of let it pass.
I didn't really want to take off. I hit the wrong button. Land. Now I can't land. I'm going up. I want to go down. There we go.
Gonna have to make you thruster batteries so you can recharge. I can't remember what goes into that. There we go. Starship launch fuel. Oh, I just need to make some metal plating. I actually have a bunch of dihydrogen. So I just need to make a little metal plating. Which, funny enough, I don't have the ferrite dust, but I do have rusted metal, which can be turned into ferrite dust. I don't remember if I have a... I got rid of my processor. So I need to... I can't do that, so I
need fuel for the launch thruster.
Yep. I'm actually making you some.
Can I get out of the ship, or am I gonna die?
I'm waiting to see if the storm has passed. Actually, storm is still mid-storm. So it's hazard.
How do you see that? How do you see that?
I stepped out of. The computer will warn you, so you'll hear it. And then the other thing too is, if you're in your ship, You'll see where it says environment warning, external temperatures
Yeah.
227 degrees. Now you're going to see it start going down. That's an indication and you would have heard that it stated something, the storm is going away. So now it is safe to exit. We're still going to have a hazard. It's just not going to cause the hazard protection to go down as swiftly now. We're still going to have a fire hazard. It's just not going to be a extremely deadly fire hazard. Put some carbon in there. And there we go.
There's a giant bee flying around.
Where did you land? You landed over there. You're not actually all that far from me. I got 84 ferrite dust. Make a couple of metal plates. Missing components, my ass. There we go. Alright, I need to get within range of you in order to be able to give this to you. So let's see where you at.
I'm just sitting in my ship, staring at this beautiful planet.
I mean, you can get out of your ship now.
Are you sure?
I mean, there's still a hazard.
I don't want to die.
I mean, there's a hazard, so your hazard stuff's going to go down, but that's most planets, especially in the early stages, have some kind of hazard associated with them. It's just a matter of managing the hazard. So, like, when you'll see the bar go down, and you'll probably have to throw on sodium or use a battery to reduce it. Well, to improve it. So, or just hop back into your ship to recover it. But here, one sec. Well, I'm close to you.
Oh, I'm dying.
Transfer it. Why is it not transferring it?
Thermal
Why are you dying?
Apparently I'm turning red. I don't know. It's turning red. What? Maybe it's supposed to be like that?
It's supposed to be red. The color indicates the type of hazard. And of course, where did I put the launch fuel? I crafted it inside my ship. So I gotta walk back over to my ship to grab it, because I don't have the teleporter. Thankfully, I'm just... Whoa, you are a massive bug.
You have discovered a creature.
I did. Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright, now I'm walking back over to you. So I can give this to you.
Find the signal source. Use the no analysis visor installed. You need an analysis visor?
So you... Yes. So you go to your multi-tool, you go to an empty slot, you click X to install technology, and then you tell it to install the analysis visor, if it doesn't already happen. And then... There's some starship fuel.
Activate targets to the analysis visor. How do I...
So to do that, you hold down L2 to bring up your visor,
Yeah.
and then you hit right and left to switch between analysis mode and sweep mode.
Right and left's not doing anything.
It's right and left on the D-pad.
Yeah, that's what I'm pressing. Am I screwing something up? Nothing's popping up. I see mining beam.
You're holding down L2?
Yeah, L2.
And you're seeing mining beam?
Mining beam pops up on the corner. It says analysis visor requires installation. Apparently it's not installed.
Oh, so it's not installed. There's why it's not working. So yeah, then you hit your center button, go to multi-tool, go to an open slot for the technology on the multi-tool. You hit X, you click to install the analysis visor. What this is going to do is it's going to take the slot and it's going to put the technology on there, but it's going to likely still need stuff to actually build it.
It says install technology by pressing X, but nothing happens.
Did you click on an X on an empty slot?
I don't see any slots. Where are there slots?
So, here.
Let me look at this again.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can just... how do I do that?
Damn,
No,
what
there's
am
a
I
way to... Here we go. I'm going to screen share. So, if you want, you can watch my screen.
This game is confusing the ever-loving shit out of me. I do not understand it.
It is complicated. It just takes a little time. The main reasons why I'm able to tell you immediately what to do is because I've played this game a bunch. And there's still new things that I'm learning in the game, because it is a vast game.
I mean,
are you able to...
Honestly, for what I'm seeing, I don't like it. But that's... I mean, I'm just not giving it time, but it's not something... It doesn't seem entertaining to me. It seems kind of boring. But I guess you have to get out of this area. And it's complicated.
You basically have to get to a certain point and where the hub becomes available to you, and then like the game already by like this point for you is mostly open. The only thing you're missing for it to be completely open really is your hyperdrive, which is like which after you hit a certain point in the story, which is fairly early on, like you're actually getting partially close to it. It's a matter of getting used to it. It is not an easy game to jump into because there's not a ton of games that are exactly like it. Like, it's an open world game with a heavy-duty survival mechanic, heavy-duty exploration mechanics, and the modding and crafting and all that sort of stuff is also its own hurdle. And then there's other thing, but like the important thing to note is you're not in a situation where you can't just, after like hitting a certain point, you can just do what you want. Like, you want to do a bunch of space combat, do a bunch of space combat. You want to explore, go explore. You want to be industrial, be industrial. make a base to have fun with it. Oh wow, my hyperdrive's low. I've only got 5%. That's not even enough to go anywhere. I need to make warp cores. So like because of that though, it's just kind of like it's steep learning curves, unfortunately, for like certain things. And there's like not a lot you can do about the steep learning curve because it's just learning as you go, and it will prompt you, giving you information, but like the exploration is part of what's supposed to be helping you find the answer. Like oftentimes where it's putting you the answer to solve the problem, such as a material that you need to craft the item, is usually nearby. And if it's wanting you to find an item, the waypoint's probably pointing you to exactly where it is, such as it might be in a thing or available to purchase from a vendor at that location.
I noticed that this stuff, like when it tells me to get something, it's usually really close by. I did notice that.
There's a couple. There'll be one mission set you get that'll actually put it a little bit further out. As a note, there's a trick you can do with traveling on the planet where if it gives you a waypoint that's actually fairly far out, as much as boost flight is relatively fast, so like holding down circle, if you have to get very far on the same planet that you're on, rather than using boost flight, it's better to fly straight up to where you're just out of the atmosphere. Put your cursor over your target flag, so whatever the waypoint is, and then do the R1 L1, so both bumpers, and it will use that booster to get you there significantly faster. The problem is you can't use that drive while actually in the atmosphere. So you just have to get just out of the atmosphere, trigger it, and it'll zip you right to the location. Because there's going to be times where they might give you a waypoint that even with your boost drive you're looking at 16 minutes flight, and it's come on now. And it's a trick you'll learn.
I can't seem to get this thing on. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's just not taking.
Well, do you have an empty slot? Do you see one with the little gears?
I see one right here.
It would be on your multi-tools.
No, my multi-tool has nothing on it.
Does it show the analysis visor symbol anywhere on it?
It says apply all components to install technology. And then it says...
Okay, so it's on there.
It says analysis visor part, and then it shows the part, and then it's grayed out. Something's happening here.
So it says that whatever you need to build it is grayed out.
I don't understand what it's saying. It's showing me, it says technology. It says install technology.
Okay.
It doesn't allow me to pick the visor. The visor's on the bottom row. My patience for games like this is very thin. I don't have patience for stuff like this.
Share your screen. I'd like to see what you're seeing.
Where is the party?
And I'll stop sharing mine.
It's here, but it doesn't let me click on anything. And then when I click it, it's like this.
Okay, so alright, so yeah, what it's doing is it's showing you what's necessary to craft it. So hit circle. So you see like that where you would have clicked to install it, where it has an icon there now.
This thing?
Yes. So now it's saying like, all right, as you can see, it says to install you need 1 carbon nanotube. So switch over to your exosuit. So hit. Okay. Now go down to one of the empty spots. Hit X. Go over to carbon nanotube. And yep. Now go back over to multi-tool. Click X on top of it. Now it's available because you have the carbon nanotube. Install. Back out. There you go. Analysis visor is now installed.
So like you have to craft something for like all this stuff. Like it just doesn't let you do it without doing that.
Yeah, like each installation is going to require something. There's only there's mods you can get for upgrades that won't require installation, but they're like very specific things, and they're usually modifying a piece of technology that's already installed rather than being technology themselves. Such as on my side for like my exosuit, I have upgrades for my life support and my jetpack that they are by themselves, they do nothing, but if I slot them next to my life support, for instance, it will upgrade it and do specific things, such as I have T-gel tanks and a regular carbon sieve. What these two things do is I got them from, I think it was a random drop even. One boosts my life support tanks and increases their capacity and gives it a solar power panel, which makes it so it provides solar power, so it charges itself. And the other one does the same thing to different percentages, providing a boost to the technology. And those generally won't require any crafting per se. You'll get the item, you'll install it, and it's like they're one-use items that apply. Any full-on technology has to be installed. It will have some kind of component you either need to craft or purchase. Most things in this game are craftable, as well as most things in this game are also purchasable. So if there's ever a situation where you don't have the blueprint to craft the thing, it may still be purchasable at a galactic terminal. Which you haven't found any galactic terminals yet, so. Just wait until you actually start meeting your first aliens. They don't speak English.
Great. Aliens that don't speak English.
Shocker. Well, it's actually flat out like to be able to effectively communicate with other species, you learn their language. And then as you learn their language, if they use the words that you know, they appear as English. Otherwise, everything else is gibberish on your screen. So, like when you're first learning the language for a alien species, you often are basing your choices off of how they're acting. So, like, it'll usually say, hey, they're doing this, or hey, they're acting this way. And if they're prompting you for something or acting a certain way and expecting a response, it will give you an idea as to maybe how to respond. And then help you act on that. And then most aliens you can ask them to teach you a word in their language, so it'll help expand your number of words so you can understand them better. Because like as you learn their language, you'll better be able to respond. And then you can also get upgrades to your suit that will give you translators that will take words that you don't know and translate them in conversations. So you might not get complete sentences because you need to have higher level translators to get more words, but it will help you in areas where you might not have many of that species words. So like language is 100% a thing in the game, and it's kind of interesting how they went about it, because you could also learn languages from artifacts and stuff that you find around that are like, there's some that look kind of stupid. They're like, just here's this random thing that you can click on and I learn a word. And then there's things where it's like, I went and read about their history and learned a word. So like more interesting in how it does it. Like there's artifacts that you can click on that it'll be like, hey, here's this experience that you're now experiencing through this artifact that you touched. And then in the end you learn a word. And that's at least more interesting in how it's designed. It does the same thing in the end, but at least it's like, here's a neat thing you learn about the species. Warning, the warlike is also the traders, which happen to be little bird people.
I don't understand this quest.
What's your next thing to... So,
Follow
it's
the
having you
indicators.
use the visor, right?
Yeah.
So, how that works is, you know what the Doppler effect is, right?
I don't know.
So Doppler effect is when you're, it's used as a means for triangulating a signal. What it just means is you take like something like a directional antenna, point it in a direction, and then as you get closer to where it,
Why is the sound going out?
this thing, the analysis fill, and when you're it's pointed in the direction you're supposed to.
What are those things?
Be done. I'm not over.
I don't...
Here, I can actually see where you at. How far away are you from me? Oh, you are decently far. I will just fly over to you.
Select terrain manipulation. What the fuck just happened?
That was me.
Oh.
Being a
Mine
shit.
copper to build base computer.
Okay, so to find copper, you used your analysis visor. So if you if you hold down L2 and you're in analysis mode, you're going to see various waypoints scattered throughout. And you're going to see ones that look like a square that's split into 4 sections. These are usually a mineral deposit of some sort. When you mouse over it, it will tell you what kind of deposit it is, such as 711 units away from us in the direction that I'm facing currently is a copper deposit. And there might be one that's closer, which there is. There's 471 unit distance copper deposit. There's that. That's phosphorus at 800. I need to go get phosphorus. I need phosphorus. Oh, there's a holographic comm tower. Hey. There's a copper deposit over there. So there's like a number of them relatively nearby. The best one is probably the one.
And my suit is about to go too. It says 25%.
All right. So to handle that, hit down arrow. Go to the left for summon vehicles. Bring up, and you should see your vehicle in the list. Click to select, and when you have an area where it's green, and it will send your ship directly to you. And it will land wherever you place it. And then you can hop in, and that will allow you to recover, at the very least, your hazard protection. It doesn't fill your life support, but it does fill your hazard protection.
I never recharged the thruster, so it says I can't do it.
Oh. Where's your ship? Well, here. I'm just going to do this. So it's your hazard protection that is having an issue?
It's about to be... The red bar is about to be gone.
Alright, so quick transfer. There's some sodium. You can use that to charge it. And in case you're... Let me see. Can I see the... I can. Neat, that's handy. Alright, so your life support, I guess, looks fine.
It's fixed now.
I can actually, based off your backpack, I can see what your percentages are. That's neat.
I mean, the game is good. It's just very frustrating when you're new. And you've got, like me, I don't do well with, like, when I don't understand something, I just want to quit. That's what happens.
It's a steep learning curve. It's a game built on the premise of, like, exploration and like choosing to, like, you hit a certain point in this game and, like, can you continue on with the story? Sure, but, like, it's really mostly driven by, like, you choosing to explore and do your own thing. Like, you drive what you do next rather than the game driving what you do next. So the less motivated you are to come up with a thing to do, the less interesting it can be sometimes. But, like, there are a lot of things you can do in this game. So it never wants to give you something to do. So, like, base crafting in this game is a thing, and it is very much a thing. Like, people get wild with it. And it is fun. You can do a number of things. You can craft stuff to be able to garden. You can do all sorts of resource gathering. Like, think like Star Wars Galaxies and resource gathering. You can do that in this game. You can basically create research bases. It's wild.
Alright, identified mineral.
Where was that phosphorus? So subterranean relic. Phosphorus. I'm in need of phosphorus, so I'm gonna go grab that real quick. Whoa, that is in a rough fucking spot. God damn it. Oh, I can't fly for shit. Ah, there we go. Bounced off the planet.
I can't find this stuff that I need.
What is it saying that you're needing?
The copper, I just don't see it. I don't know.
So
I'm getting frustrated with this thing. I'm ready to turn it off. I'm getting kind of aggravated with it.
It's so you hold down L2, and so like I can share my screen again here. So let me just get in my ship for me to trigger it, so I don't have issues. Alright, so I'm sharing my screen. Flora, and then scanning fauna and flora will net you units, which are the in-game currency to purchase things at galactic markets and what have you.
I walk so far that I just don't see anything. I didn't, even when I zoomed in, I didn't see anything.
I'm going to head back over to you in just a moment here. I'm just wanting to grab this phosphorus. So I'm planning on trying to make us a exocraft so we can drive around.
Oh,
like
I see
badasses.
copper now. Hold
You
detach.
see it?
Yeah, it's way in the distance.
I recommend going back to your ship. So tag it, go back to your ship.
How do you
And
see
then
your ship? Like, how do you know where your ship is?
Bring up the visor.
A stamp visor.
And well, it's the visor is your readouts. And you should see an icon that's specifically for your ship. It looks like a ship. It is very self-explanatory on it when it comes to that.
Oh,
like it's
I
very.
see. I mean, I see one this way, but it also shows you. So, how do I know
That
not your
one
ship?
might be mine. If you're seeing a yellow one, that is my ship. So whoever, like, when you're in with somebody, the yellow is somebody in your party's ship, or them in specific. Let's do.
I'm losing my protection again.
Yeah, because then there's also a storm, which isn't helping. All right, launching. Where are you at?
Technology recharge.
There you are. You definitely found the bug planet, that's for sure.
Oh, that's your ship.
Thermal protection falling.
Alright, well, I'm standing by you, so let me see where my ship is.
Here, since you're going to end up dying, potentially, where are you at?
Behind your ship.
Okay, so, hold up.
Whoa!
Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. If you get deep enough into the earth, it will protect you from the storm. It won't bring your hazard back to normal, but it will prevent you from taking hazard damage. So we are now safe, since you can't get into my ship. But I can once we're back to your ship. Like, if you want to see another aspect before like you move on to your waypoint for the copper. Or if you want, we can grab you to copper first. I can show you the whole like frigate system and everything.
There's my ship. It's this way. I think it's this way. I see a ship icon.
Then that would be the right way, most likely.
How the hell did I end up all the way over there?
I'll stick with you that way. How's your bar doing?
It's good. Oh, there's my ship. Look at that thing.
Oh, look.
There's my newbie
Alright.
ship.
Alright. Launch my ship over here.
Well, the idea is to put fuel in this thing, isn't it?